in that regard, and I guess kind of the priority of getting back to it a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean that's where we have to, be comfortable in right now is playing with that urgency. Our team is built on our high energy activity, um, physical nature, and it requires energy. It requires you to work at it. It requires you to work hard on both ends of the floor, run hard on both ends of the floor, and we have to collectively find our energy together. And I think for the better part of the last few games we've lost, we haven't been able to do that consistently.
How do you rediscover that or re-engage on that part of it?
Have a practice like we did today.
Yeah.
Yeah. um, that helps a lot. Just kind of the film doesn't lie. When you look at the film and you look at every single guy making those mistakes, those mental mistakes, and not even just mentally, but just the effort that we're putting forth in one game compared to another game. They can't have that drastic, change like that. So practice today was great. I thought I came with the right mindset, right intensity, and everybody did well.
You guys have been talking about how the offense has been maybe affecting your defense. How do you block out what happens on one end of the floor, on the other end of the floor, if it's not going well offensively? Because it seemed like you guys were able to do that last year at times.
Yeah.
Dynamic there.
Well, each individual guy has to have a shorter, term memory when it comes to that. And I think we hang our head too much on a missed layup or a turnover or a bad decision to where, we don't run back on defense the same. It's got to be the opposite of that. It's got to be when I turn it over, I got to get it back. Like, let me get back on defense and try to make up for that. And we did a lot of that last year. We did a lot of that where we were just scrambling, trying to make up for an error. And that's something that we got to continually improve on, especially down the stretch, because we're not going to be perfect, and we can't expect ourselves to be perfect, but the effort we put forward can be consistent every day, and it doesn't matter how well you're playing offensively or not.
With that effort that you're talking about, especially on the defensive end, is that where, I'm sure from a fan's perspective, and Julius even said you guys just won 8 in a row, like, where does the disconnect come from losing that momentum, and then more importantly, how do you get it back?
Like Coach said today, it's tough to pinpoint. When we were watching, why we were doing some of the things we were doing, it's like, why, we have no answer. Like, guys are like, I have no idea why I decided to swipe at the ball or not block out or whatever it is at that moment. But that's where we as individuals have to hone in on our, our mistakes and our accountability and say, I got to be better, just individually as a man. And going forward, that's where it changes. Once we start, not letting simple things bother us, not letting things affect the way we go out there and play as far as our effort level is concerned, that's when we're back to, sustaining a level where we can, I guess, weather storms better. When bad things happen, we're able to pick ourselves back up from it and get ourselves back in the game instead of, turning a 10-point deficit into a 20-point deficit and the work we got to put back to get, back into the games.
Mike, when you talk about practice today, like what does it look like? Is it 5-on-5? Is it like kind of going at each other? Like what kind of separates it? Work like today?
At this point of the year, it's good to have a practice like today where we're playing 5-on-5 live most of it, but we're having one-on-one drills, just containing the basketball. You're giving the guy, unlimited dribbles sometimes to just try to go score, and if they score, tough luck, you got to stay on defense, type thing. And that kind of pumps up that competitive nature in guys because nobody wants to be out there guarding, for 5-6 straight guys, and you're guarding Ant or Nikhil or Julius, for instance. Like, so you're doing whatever you can, scratch, claw, box out, fight, push, and that's important. That's important to get that fire back, and we had a lot of that going on today.
How rare is maybe a high, if you categorize it as like a higher intensity practice at this point in the season to have one of these days like that?
Yeah, this time of the year you normally aren't, being physical at all. It's mostly getting up and down, offensive review, defensive review, and you get your work in and get out kind of thing. And for us to have the opportunity is good. It's good to like I said, just get the adrenaline pumping a little bit and competing. Splitting the teams up and just letting us work on our games. In live periods and work through our mistakes. But most importantly, like I said, just compete at a high level in a closed environment where we're just able to be ourselves.
Mike, you've kind of spoken about the relationship you have with Jaylen Clark quite a bit. Just what's it been like watching him kind of grow into this role? And I mean, he is one of those energy guys that kind of brings it every night.
Man, he's been great for us, honestly. I don't think we expected him to be as ready as he's been, but he's answered the call. I mean, every time he comes in the game, we look up and the game is, you know, he's made an impact on it. He's made a 5-0 run, 7-0 run, or something has happened strictly just because of his energy and the way that he competes, and just seems to make the right play, you know, most of the time. So just very happy for him. Trying to tell him not to get complacent, just to continue to work. And he's earned the respect from all of us.
How rare is that I mean, this is really like his rookie year. He kind of redshirted last year with the injury. How rare is it to have someone like that young that plays at like such a mature level where he doesn't make those mistakes?
Yeah, it's not too normal where you get a guy that literally hadn't played a game and comes in the middle of the year and can literally play at the speed he does and make the right decisions and affect the game that he can in the way that he can. It's testament to who he is as a player, where he was brought up, you know, his family, his you know, basketball IQ, all the things that he's kind of nurtured on the way up, and it's made him ready for the moment.